Hi, how you doing everyone? Please welcome back to Learning English with TSK. After learning all the forms, the uses, and also the spelling rules of the present simple, present progressive, and present perfect simple, today we are going to go through the practice exercises together. Are you ready? Now, let's go. As I normally told you, before doing the right things, you have to remember the step of doing exercise. Okay? You have to know exactly what do they want you to do. Now, look at the board. They just want you to practice exercise on present simple versus present continuous and also versus present perfect. They just want you to make it into three tenses. Is that exercise used as present simple? Or that one used as the present progressive? Or that one used as present perfect simple? Understand? Sorry. Look at that one. The first example. We have got where, blank, and then in the bracket you have you and live. You is the subject, live is the verb, alright? So you have to think, is it talking about present simple or present progressive or present perfect simple? Try to think about it first, okay? And after that, you talk about the form. Is that the right form? If you choose the first sentence as the present simple, is it the right form of present simple? Or is this not the right form of present simple? Think about it. You understand? So we got steps to do. Okay? We have got steps to do. Okay? Now let's go to the first one again. Where and then you live. Look at the sentence here. I live in Cambodia. So when you see, I live in Cambodia, this is the key sentence. The key sentence that make you understand to use the first sentence. For example, I say I live in Cambodia. This is permanent or temporary. Have you remember about permanent and temporary? If you use a sentence as the permanent way, you are going to use present simple. But if you use the sentence as a temporary way, you are going to use present progressive or present continuous. You still remember, I know. Now, let's go all together. So try to do like that, okay? The right choice is present simple. So when you know it is the right choice of the present simple, you have to go to the forms. How do you make the form of present simple? Okay? Now let's go all together. Look at the form. Is it positive, negative, or question? What do you see in here? It's the question mark. This must be the question sentence. So you have to remember, how do you make present simple, okay, question sentence? Okay, how do you make that? Okay, you remember the form? Now go back to the form. Look at that one. You say, where do you live? Is that? Or where you do live? Or where you live? Try to think about it. So, in order to make the question sentence of present simple, what do you have? You have the subject in front of verb to in front of auxiliary verb or auxiliary verb in front of the subject. Think about it. Example, I say, you do smoke or do you smoke? Think about it. It must be do you smoke, all right? So how about this one? You say, where do you and then live? Where did you live? This is the correct form of the present simple question. And also, this is the right choice. This is the right choice. You don't choose present continuous. You don't choose present perfect. But you choose present simple. The reason is you have seen the meaning I live in Cambodia at the end of the sentence. So, this is the right choice. You don't have any mistake, okay? Now, let's go to the second one. How long blank and then you live here? So, have you remembered about how long? So, how long is the key words? How long is the key words? When somebody asks you beginning with the question word how long, what are you going to answer? Okay? They just want to ask you about the total period of time. Okay? The total period of time. So, when you see the word how long in front of the sentence, okay? So, what tense are you going to use it? Is it the present simple you are going to choose it? Or is it the present progressive? Or is it the present perfect? How long must be used in present perfect. Okay? You still remember, I know. So what do we have now? How long you and live. How do you make question sentence of present perfect? Have or has plus subject plus past participle. So what do you have now? Let's go to have and has first. Have or has plus past participle. Where is the subject? How long is the subject or you is the subject? You is the subject. When you is used as the subject of the sentence, what do you have? Do you use has or you use have? You must use have. Okay? So try to do that. How long have? After that, subject. Which one is the subject? Where is the subject? You. Okay? And then live must go to past participle. Okay? So what is the past participle of verb lived? We have L, I, V, E. Okay? Remember? Verbs ending in a single E. Okay? In a single E. What do we make into the past participle? We don't add anything else beside ed, okay? As a normal way. But e at the end, so what do you add? Do you add ed or you just add only d? Just only d, not ed anymore, alright? So according to the rule, it say verbs ending in a single e, okay? We make into past participle, you have to add just only one d, lived. So we have, how long have you lived here? And then you can answer, I have lived here for 5 years. I have lived here since 1994. So this is the period, the total period of time. And you remember about for and since, okay? For and since. So now let's go to the third example. How, look at the subject, she know my name. Look at that one. You cannot ask somebody, how long have you known my name? How long have you known my name is the present perfect. Since before until now, I still know your name. No, this is not the correct way, okay? The thing is, you have to take note about my name. My name is very easy to remember, okay? So, how long is not the way we use in here. So, how, just how is not how long, you know? How long we use with present perfect. Understand? How about how here? How is she knowing my name? We cannot say how is she knowing my name. Okay? So what do you say? You say how do or does. You choose as the present simple. So when you choose the present simple, what is the question? We choose do and does in front of the subject. Okay? So where is the subject now? She. So what is the right choice? What is the right choice? What is the right choice? Do or does? It must be does. So what do you say? How does she know? Alright? How does she know my name? I have seen her 2 times. And I don't know why. I don't know how does she know my name. Maybe someone told her, But me, I have never told her about my name, So I don't know how, I don't know how. So let's go to the 4th example. How long you know her? So listen to it once again. How long blank you know her? So look at the word how long. If you see the word how long, they are going to ask you about the total period of time. Total period of time. Alright? So let's make it. What is it? Is it present simple? You are going to use it? Or is it present progressive? Or is it present perfect? Simple. According to the word how long here, it must be the present perfect simple. So you know how to make the form of present perfect simple. Okay? So now, what are we going to have now? How long do you know me or have you? Have you know or have you known? K-N-O-W-N. How long have you known me? How long have you known her? How long have you known my daughter? Okay? This is a kind of question, present perfect simple. Okay? Let's go to the 5th one. You read today's newspaper. Today's newspaper is the kind of newspapers that broadcast, okay? That broadcast in the morning time. So with today's newspaper. When somebody asks you like that, they just want to know that whether you read it already or not yet. You understand that? So when you ask somebody that you want to know somebody doing that kind of thing already or not yet, so what kind of question do you ask? You ask them by using present simple or present progressive or present perfect. Think about it. Present perfect. So what do you say now? You is the subject. Read is the verb. Alright? So what do you say? This is a question. Alright? So what is that? Have. Why do you choose have here? You is the subject. Okay? So have you read? It doesn't change, but only spelling, only pronunciation. Read, read, read. So read must be the past participle, okay? Irregular verb. Have you read today's newspaper? Okay? So this is a question, alright? Present, perfect, simple. Let's go to the next example. You see Mr. John today. Can you ask present simple here or present progressive here or present perfect here? Okay? So do you see the word today? Mr. John, okay? You say, do you see Mr. John today? Or are you seeing Mr. John today? Or you say, have you seen Mr. John today? They just want to ask you, you see him or not? you see Mr. John or not? You understand? So what kind of question do you ask? You ask present perfect simple question. Okay? So what do you have now? Have. You is a subject again. And then see, go to past participle seen. You cannot say, have you seen Mr. John today? Have you saw Mr. John today? As the form of present perfect, we have is the part of helping verb, okay, or auxiliary verb, plus subject in the middle, and then past participle, not past simple, all right? So this is the right form of the question. Present perfect simple. Okay? Now, let's go to the next one. What you think about our new boss? What blank you think about our new boss? Just remember the word think is just talking about linking verb. Okay? So, what are you thinking about our new boss? Or what do you think? Or what have you thought? Think about it. Normally, the verb to think must be used in the present simple. But sometimes, think can be used as the present continuous. But in this way, we cannot use present continuous. We use present simple. For example, you can see my action now. I just walking. Wow. And then my friend see me. When he see me, he asks, Mr. Ken, what are you thinking of? You understand? You can see my action. You can see, he can see my action. I'm using my hand and point to my head. That's it. Wow. So when he sees me, he asks me, what are you thinking of? You understand that? And then I say, I am thinking of my final exam. You understand that? Because of my action. My action. You understand? But here, we don't have any action. You understand? So that one, they ask you about idea. They ask you about opinion. You understand? So think can be used as present simple and present progressive. But in this exercise, we refer to feeling, not the action, not the process of thinking. That's why you choose present simple. I think maybe it's a little bit complicated for you to think about it. But you will see more, okay, about how to use think as the present simple and present progressive. But not now, right? So what do we have? What you think, or what does you think, or what do you think? What do? You do use with subject you, okay? What do you think? What do you think about our new boss? Okay? Is he generous? Is he stingy? Okay? Is he kind? Is he friendly? And so on. Let's go to the next example. How long? So now see the word how long again. So 80%. When you see as soon as you see the word how long, 80% you think about present perfect. Okay? Now let's go. How long he study English here? They ask you about the total period of time he study English here. Since before until now. So what kind of action? What kind of action that happened since before until now? Okay? Started in the past and still continue to the present time. What kind of tense are we using? We use present perfect. Okay? Now, let's do it together. How long we have or has here? So, what are you going to have? Are you going to use have or has? Let's see the subject. He. So what do we have? Has. So how long, what? Has he again? Study become past participle. Okay? So what are you going to do now? Just remember about that. Verbs ending in a consonant following by letter Y. Okay? Verb ending in a consonant following by letter Y. Before adding ed to the verb, we have to leave out Y, to I, and then ed. So what do we have? Studied. Okay? How long has he studied English here? The answer is about 2 years, about 2 years and a half, about 10 years, since 2007, since 2009, since 2012, since and for is used in present perfect. Things, action happened or started in the past and still continue to the present. Okay? So, we have the right choice. Present, perfect, simple. Let's go to another example. How, and then you, be. Okay? Like what I told you. Before making your final decision, whether you use it in present simple, present progressive, or present perfect, sometimes you have to see the key words. Sometimes you have to see the meaning in the whole sentence first. For example, you see, how you be, you don't know what you are going to use, whether present simple, present progressive, or present perfect, you don't know yet, you know. So what you are going to focus is long time no see. Long time no see, it means long time happened in the past and still continue to the present time. Only this time I have seen you. So remember, this is the kind of question we asked, okay? When you did not meet your friend, okay? When you did not meet your friend for 10 years, for 5 years, for 2 years, okay? For 6 months, something like that. So you ask them this sentence. How have you been? You cannot ask them how are you like that. So we have got how are you? We have got how you doing? We have got how's it going? So how are you is a very normal one, okay? So how you doing? Some people, some students confused about how you doing and what you're doing. Okay? How's it going? Okay? The same like how are you? One more thing, how you doing? I mean, how are you doing and what are you doing? But this way, how have you been? Okay? When you did not see your friend or anyone for a long time, you only see him now. You understand? After 2 years time, after 3 years time, after 5 years time. So the question you ask is not how are you? It's not how you're doing. It's not how's it going. It must be present perfect. How have you been? And this word, this sentence, we use how have. Okay, how have you been? Been is the past participle of infinitive to be. Okay? You have to remember, long time no see. So the word long time no see, it shows about the action that you did not see somebody for a long time since before until now. Only this time you have seen them. You understand? So what we are using now is not present simple, what we are using now is not the present continuous, but you use present perfect. You have the right choice. Understand? Now, let's go to the next one. Breakfast. Be here, ready at 8 o'clock every morning. So, try to see the whole sentence. Do you see any keywords? Do you see any keywords? Look at that one. Every morning. 8 o'clock every morning. You don't need to say 8 a.m. every morning. Okay? So sometimes you are going to use every morning. Sometimes you don't need to use every morning. You say 8 each morning or something like that. So 8 must be 8 a.m. because breakfast. You see the word breakfast here. You understand? So what are you going to use now? Are you going to use present perfect or present progressive or present simple? It must be the present simple use. So what are we going to use now? Present simple is are. Okay? So what is it now? What are you going to choose it? Are you going to choose am or are or is? Look at breakfast. Okay? Only one breakfast. If we have breakfast, lunch, dinner, so how many kind of meal do you have? How many meals do you have? 3. Okay? So you say breakfast, lunch, dinner are delicious. You understand? But now we are not talking about lunch. We are not talking about dinner. We just talk about only breakfast. So what do we have? It as the pronoun stand for breakfast. So it are or it am or it is. It is. Breakfast is ready at 8 every morning. Right? Let's go to the next one. I blank. You got lost my keys. I can't get inside. As I have told you, something that happened in the past and it showed the result in the present time. What do we use? We have recently studied. We have recently studied. Okay? So what are we going to use now? Are you going to choose present simple or present continuous or present perfect? Things that you lost the key is not now, lost in the past. Okay? And the result now, you cannot get inside your house. You cannot get inside the car. For example, like that, you know? So what are we going to do? Present perfect simple. So what do we have? I have lost past participle. Be careful, okay, with the form of each tense. Present, present continuous, or present perfect simple, right? Let's go to another one. And then not try the snake, it's awful. Think about the sentence. Is it affirmative sentence or it is a negative sentence or it is a question? Can you see the keyword not? Not is the negative word. So it must be the negative sentence. Okay? Now let's go. Think about present simple or present progressive or present perfect simple. Can you read the whole sentence again? I not try the snake, it's awful. When you talk about it, you think about experience in one's life. The life experience in my lifetime. I have never tried. Remember? Present perfect simple. So what do you have? We have got not here. Well, what is the form of present perfect? Have, the positive, have, plus what? Subject, plus have, plus past participle. And how about negative? We have got subject, plus have or has, plus not, plus past participle. So what are you going to have now? I have, okay, not, what's that? Try. Can you see the word try? Y is at the end, and in front of Y we have got one consonant. So before adding ed to the verb, what do you have to do? Erase Y by changing it to I. Okay? Lastly, ed. I have not tried the snake. It's awful. It's life experience in my lifetime. Okay? Let's go to the next one. You be ever. Remember about ever and never. Ever and never are signal words. We talk about life experience in someone's lifetime. So when you talk about life experience in someone's lifetime, what are you all going to choose? Present, perfect, simple. Am I right? Sure. You are right. I am right. Now let's go. What is that? Look at the question. Where is the subject? Subject is you, okay? So this sentence is not the positive. This sentence is not the negative. It is the question sentence. So when you use the question sentence, what do you have? Have or has plus subject plus verb past participle. Okay? Now look at that one. Plus past participle. Now look at that one. Have. Why I don't use has here? Why? The subject is you. Do not think about anything else. Okay? Just have you. Okay? Ever. Look at that. Be is the partner. Be is the best verb. So when you go to past participle, it go to been. Okay? So have you ever been to Siem Reap? Have you ever been to Siem Reap? They ask you about your lifetime, about the experience in your lifetime. So present perfect simple is used. Okay? Let's go to the next one. He. Look at the two words in here, in the bracket. He not talked to his fiancée since Sunday. So try to see the whole word, the whole sentence by looking at the keywords. By looking at the keyword. Okay, does this sentence have the keywords or it doesn't have? To try. He not talk. We already know not talk. It must be in a negative sentence. All right. And then to fiancé since Sunday. You know that? It's the point of time. Since Sunday. It's not the period of time. Since Sunday. Since 1984. Since 1985. So what are you going to use? Okay? Present, perfect, simple. But it is not the positive. It is not the question. Okay? It's a negative one. So how do we make the negative one? In your head, right? He, what's that? He has, okay? In fact, affirmative, okay? Look at the affirmative first. He has talked. Okay? ED. This is present perfect simple form. But that one is not negative form. That one is the positive one. Okay? So inside our sentence, we are going to use negative sentence. So which point are we going to use not? You are going to use in front of has or in the middle of helping verb and past participle. Here. In the middle of helping verb and past participle. So we have he has not talked to his fiancée since Sunday. Another example. She pregnant for almost 5 months. Try to see the sentence by looking at the keywords. Sometimes the whole meaning of the sentence. Sometimes you think about the nature. Okay? You think about the nature. Look at that one. Look at the way she is pregnant. Everybody has got pregnancies, okay? Since the beginning of the month until almost 9 months or maybe 1 year. Sorry, maybe 10 years. Sorry, 10 months. Sorry. So what we are going to do now is that you say she be pregnant for almost 5 months. Okay? She's still not delivering the baby yet. Okay? She doesn't deliver the baby yet. She doesn't. Okay? But only 5 months. Only 5 months. So what is it? The total period of time of delivering the baby is not only 5 months. At least more than 8 months. You understand? At least more than 8 months. So we are going to say she is pregnant for almost 5 months, or she is being pregnant for almost 5 months, or she has been pregnant. Okay? She has been pregnant for almost 5 months. So you got to see one more. 4 is the total period of time, but not yet to delivery. Okay? Not yet to deliver the baby. Okay? So we are going to choose present perfect in this exercise. Right? Let's move to the next one. I think water, and then you see the verb boil right now. Think about the word right now or at the moment. What tense are you going to choose when you see the word right now or at the moment? Present continuous. So what do you have? I think water is boiling. Okay? Right now. I think water is boiling right now. Let's go to the next one. The next verse, we have got verb to live. Okay? We got verb to live here. So what to say? The next verse is living, or the next verse lives, or the next verse has left. Okay? Again, the next verse is living, or the next verse has left, or the next verse lives. Think about the sentence. In 30 minutes later, if we listen to it without thinking, we think without thinking too much, you think that this must be in the future, all right? But have you remember what I told you about the schedule? About the program. Okay? So according to our uses of the present simple, rule of the present simple, if you talk about the schedule, even something that happened, 1 hour later, 2 hours later, 3 hours later, okay? We don't use present simple, we don't use present progressive, we don't use present perfect simple. We use present simple, okay? We use present simple to talk about fixed schedule. Okay? Fixed plan. Now, let's go. The next bus leaves present simple.